Welcome to Mint, where we make money simple. In the fast-paced world of business, your team is your greatest treasure. Supporting them means more than just a paycheck. It means helping secure their future and their loved ones' well-being. Offering group life insurance is not just the right thing to do, it lifts spirits, keeps top talent on board, and shows your workforce that you truly care. Mint starts now.
Also on Mint, holiday spending hacks, how to use credit cards wisely and celebrate without overspending. Kenya's Green Gold, uncover how Kenya's smallholder avocado farmers fuel export success. 9-to-5 dropout, discover how Edith Otieno left her job to launch a thriving fashion and influencer brand.
Earn it, spend it, save, invest. Earn it, spend it, save, invest. Mola, kila siku niko chase mola, make more bila stress. Mola, kila siku waste mola, make more bila stress.
Group life insurance is more than just a workplace perk. It is a lifeline and a powerful sign of a company that cares. When the unexpected happens, this policy steps in to support families when they need it most. Stay with us as we explore why group life insurance is a must-have for safeguarding your team and bringing peace of mind to everyone.
Earn it, spend it, save, invest.
Most of us don't like to think about dying. However, like taxes, this is guaranteed, and it is bound to have an emotional and financial impact on your loved ones. To ensure your family is well taken care of after your demise, group life insurance can provide peace of mind. Group life insurance offers life insurance to a group of people through an employer, a union, a welfare group, or any other professional association. So, why should you have it?
It's cost effective. Of course, the benefits of pooling work in the favor of the organization that's taking this on behalf of their members. 2, it's easily accessible, given that most people won't have to go for medical evaluation, as is the case with individual policies. Next, it makes an employer actually attractive. For instance, for myself, I don't know if I could go to another employer who doesn't have a group life cover, and it also helps as a retention tool for many HR managers.
Group life insurance offers several benefits for employers and employees. Unfortunately, for employees, the benefits are accompanied by grim circumstances.
So for starters, there's the death benefit. So this usually pays a lump sum. It can either be a multiple of your salary or a fixed benefit as stipulated by the group that's taking up this cover. And upon the death of an individual, then we're able to actually pay out that lump sum to the beneficiaries. Usually, it's paid to the policyholder, which is the institution, who then administer the benefits to the members or the beneficiaries of the members. There's also permanent and total disability, which usually pays out in case an individual is 100% unable to go back to what they are gainfully employed to do, completely unable to work. If I become completely paralyzed or get a brain injury, then I'm unable to do what I'm doing right now. So then I would qualify for this disability insurance. And it also goes towards paying a lump sum. It usually pays the same level of benefit as the death benefit upon disability. We also have the last expense or funeral benefit, as it's popularly known as here in Kenya. And this usually goes towards catering to immediate funeral expenses. You'll find the ranges aren't as high, or the benefit limit isn't as high as what we see in the death benefit. It's usually around 20, 30, 50, I think upwards of maybe 500,000, and it's paid within 48 hours. And you find it's very popular. I think it's the fastest moving benefit at the moment. And lastly, what we call the living benefit, which is critical illness. And I think we've seen very many people draw towards this, because cancer is now a new word, a very big word on the block. So you find very many people actually drawn to this because of that benefit. It usually pays typically 30% of what the death benefit would be. So just giving an example, if the death benefit was 10 million, then the critical illness benefit would be 3 million.
To qualify for group life insurance, one must be between 18 and 65 years. However, beyond the age of 65, an individual may have to undergo a medical evaluation.
Of course, when onboarding customers, we look at the link between the person being insured and, of course, the beneficiary of the policy. And that we're able to tell a link whether there's an actual link to the two. We actually have a word for it. It's called a moral hazard. So, and you find the industry actually discourages people from taking high limits for children because, they are the most vulnerable in our society. So covers above 100,000 shillings are actually frowned upon for children below the age of 10, because why would you need so much for a child? Is it because they're easily disposable?
The policy's coverage, however, remains valid for as long as a member is part of the group. Once they leave through resignation or are terminated, the coverage ends. Discussing life and death matters may be uncomfortable, but it's crucial to let your family know about this important knowledge in the unfortunate event of your demise. However, the general rule of thumb for these conversations is to approach them with caution.
Earn it, spend it, save, invest.
December is here. The malls glow with festive lights and hum with excitement, and spending is in full swing. How do you enjoy the festive season while keeping your finances intact? Today on Mula Hacks, we discuss strategies for celebrating without overspending. We will share practical tips for wise holiday spending and managing your credit card responsibly this season.
Cash is king worldwide, but in Kenya, mobile money comes a very close second. But as the world turns to e-commerce and online shopping, credit cards are slowly gaining traction in the Kenyan market. On Mula Hacks, we explore the world of credit cards and how they can impact your spending.
So a couple of years back, a credit card was considered an elitist product, and not very many Kenyans had it. Actually, it was taken up by the affluent and the high net worth customers. But I think banks have done a very good job in educating the public, and we've seen an increase in uptake year on year. Today, we are talking about around 400 to 500,000 credit cards in circulation across different banks, which is a good thing. And more, we are seeing our consumers appreciating the convenience that is offered by credit cards.
With an increase in e-commerce and online purchases, Kenyans are turning to credit cards to travel and go shopping globally.
There is a lot of areas where credit cards are being used within the hospitality industry, within the travel industry, within the shopping space. As you know, Kenya is one of the most digitally savvy countries. Kenyans shop a lot on Amazon, on Alibaba, and all this is paid for through credit cards.
But before you get your first credit card and start swiping away, here are some things you need to know. Credit cards are actually a debt that should be repaid within a certain period of time.
Credit card does not lead to debt. If you pay in time, if you understand the product that you are taking, and use it the way it is intended, it will actually just be a convenience for you. Sometimes you don't have the liquidity, or you don't have the money to pay for something that you want immediately. We are able to give you 50 days credit-free period where you can buy whatever you want to buy. Within 30 days, you should be able to pay, or within 50 days, you should be able to pay. I think the problem that we see here is when initially credit cards were launched and were being sold, we didn't have enough consumer education.
Secondly, you need a good credit score to qualify for a credit card.
In Kenya today, we have both full file, we call it full file reporting. Full file reporting is we give both positive and negative. Yeah, so if you're performing positively, if you have loans wherever, we report that yes, you have a loan and you're paying, it's performing well. And if it's not performing well, we also say that it is not performing well. If you're in arrears, we also say you are in arrears. And that then ends up giving you a credit score. So one of the things we have to tell the young people is, if you borrow, pay back. You've said you have a covenant with the bank and said, I'm borrowing X amount, I'm gonna pay by this time. Please make sure that by that time you've paid, so that then you are not in arrears, you are not defaulting, which then improves your credit score.
So, as the holiday festivities kick off and spending picks up, how does the credit card come in handy?
If you want to use a credit card, as we've said, if it is travel, travel is something that has been planned for a very long time. You want to book an airline ticket, all that. You want to book your hotel accommodation. These are things you've thought about. In one way or another, you've set aside the funds, but you just want the convenience of plastic to make those payments.
As you swipe your credit card, There are several benefits and rewards along the way.
Anytime you use your card, then you'll be getting points which you can redeem at a later point in time. We also have a cashback campaign. Whatever you spend, we give you like a 5% cashback on whatever you have spent, which works well with the young generation, and customers love it. Importantly, if you use our World Credit Card, then you have access to airport lounges, you have access to hotels when you travel across the globe, you have access to medical insurance and travel insurance. So those are some of the benefits that the DTB card offers. And of course, the fact that you have 50 days credit period. If you pay within the 50 days, you don't pay any interest. And I think customers love that. Importantly, what we've also done is we've told the customers that yes, you can, in terms of whatever you want to pay back, you have a minimum pay, which is just 5% of the amount you've spent.
But overall, as with every spending decision this holiday season, remember to plan ahead, pay it back, and swipe wisely.
This season of giving should bring joy, not debt. With these tips, you can celebrate fully and greet January with peace of mind. Let's take a short break.
Coming up, 9 to 5 dropout. Discover how Edith Otieno left her job to launch a thriving fashion and influencer brand.
Earn it, spend it, save, invest. Moolah, kila siku waste that moolah, make more bila stress.
Welcome back to Mint, where we explore the world of personal finance, making it simple and relatable for you. Whether you're looking to earn, spend, save, or invest, we've got you covered.
Earn it, spend it, save, invest.
For many, landing a formal job after university is the ultimate goal. For Edith Otieno, though, the 9-to-5 routine felt confining. Just 6 months in, she took a bold leap, leaving her steady job to chase her passion for fashion. Now a fashion entrepreneur and influencer, Edith balances creativity and business, and today we peek into how she weaves these worlds together to make a living.
If you've met Edith Otieno, then you've noticed two things about her. She towers over the average person and she has impeccable style. And that's no coincidence, because Edith has turned her love of fashion into a business. Edith is an influencer and a fashion entrepreneur running Mara, an online boutique that sells elegant women's clothing and accessories. She, however, didn't start at the top. Her business story is woven with mistakes, lessons, and help from her family.
So when I was starting, I didn't do a proper research. I only shipped products that were of my style. I didn't consider other people's style.
She has picked up a few other lessons along the way, like patience and listening to her clients.
A client will order products, maybe worth 35,000, let's say that, and they ask you to deliver it in person, and they make you wait at the waiting area at the of their office. I'm still trying to practice that patience, because other clients are, they want things done their own way. Don't send a rider. You, as the owner of the business, you're the one, I want you here because I want you to style me. I want you to show me how I'm going to put all this together.
But perhaps her greatest lessons have come from her sister, whom she admires and looks up to. In 2020, Edith and her sister ran Bubble Chic, an online clothing store that sold thrifted items.
I would accompany her to Gikomba to get the clothes, which was a very good experience. And I realized that I don't like being idle. At the same time, I get tired so fast.
Unbeknownst to her, it was the training ground for building Mara, which she started in 2023.
With the thrift business, we only focused on dresses. When you buy a dress, what do you need to match it with? Shoes. What else?
Yeah, lipstick.
Exactly, belts, accessories. So that's where we saw the gap. And my sister was like, okay, how about we expand into now shipping things from China? And just like that, she helped me. She took me through the process. She helped me get the first suppliers that I had. And that's just how the business started.
But before Mara, Bubble Chic, or content creation, Edith had a 9-to-5 job in HR in 2022. After 6 months, she realized that being stuck at a desk was not her cup of tea.
When I joined, I felt like the environment was not conducive enough for me. Later, afterwards, I met Chris. Chris gave me an idea of us starting Urban Groom TV, and that's just how I clocked out.
In 2023, Urban Groom TV marked Edith's first experience of creative entrepreneurship.
Hey, what's up, groomers? Welcome back to Urban Groom TV.
Soon after, brands began recognizing her, and Edith the Influencer was born.
One of the first brands that I ever partnered with was Visa. I attended one of their campaigns. I was one of the influencers that was working with them, and it was just a very good one. And the paying was also good. And that kept me going. Imagine starting the influencing journey and then you work with Visa as one of the first brands. You see, that gets you going.
Today, Edith is among the growing number of entrepreneurs who are also influencers in Kenya, navigating the business landscape while balancing creativity and digital influence. A few more lessons in the content creation space have come to the fore.
First and foremost, save. Even if it is just 1,000 shillings, per month, just to do it. Because digital creation means that you'll be called for a job and then they will want to pay you much, much later. And you'll end up using the money that you have in your account, to get glamored and all. And in some cases, most of the brands, or maybe some of the brands, don't even commit to their side of the bargain. And also have financial discipline. Because if you're not disciplined, trust me, ndio maana mnasikia maybe someone was famous 3 years ago, but they did not invest, and now they come out to the public asking them to changia for them.
As an entrepreneur with a growing business in both fashion and influencing, Edith has made a strategic decision to reinvest in content creation to attract more clients.
When I get a payment from a client, 60% of it goes to the production. And I only get to keep 40% of it. Because when you spend on the production, you get good content. And when you get good content, you get to now attract more clients to work with. So to me, it's not always that so much about the money that I get, but it's always about delivering the job so well, so that I keep on getting more and more and more.
Earn it, spend it, save, invest.
Kenya leads Africa in avocado production and is second only to South Africa in export value. The real secret is not big machines, but the dedication of smallholder farmers like Simon Wachira. These farmers working small plots are the backbone of the avocados that reach the world markets.
Simon Wachira has always been a farmer at heart. After retiring from Del Monte, Simon turned to avocado farming. His goal was to diversify from maize and beans while also earning an income from this new venture as he enjoys his sunset years.
I had already bought a piece of land, a 2-acre plot. It's in that particular piece of land that I decided to dig trenches. It's inside those trenches that I planted my avocado trees with one idea. That during the rainy season, my trenches will hold water so that the trees can continue even during the dry period.
That was about 12 years ago when he started with 20 trees. Today, Simon's avocado farm has expanded to 80 trees and provides him with a fairly good livelihood that he is proud of.
When you have already planted your trees and they are properly established, you have also employed your family. If you have 5 people, for example, you have 2 sons or so, you can give one 20 trees. When I sell during the season, I keep that money in the bank. So we are assured of that continuity of getting a coin rather than relying on our children. I have also assisted my neighbors. So when we have work in the farm, they come. When we are pruning, they join us. We pay. When we are harvesting, we call them. They also get some money because it is a kind of employment.
His starting capital was between 50,000 shillings and 70,000 shillings, which covered land preparation, purchasing seedlings and manure, and labor. However, he did not want to grow the local variants of avocado, which often gain a poor reputation due to their inconsistent quality.
I directly went into the type of avocado fruits or avocado trees rather that was getting into the market. And it was being introduced by Kakuzi for that matter. So I knew when such a big company comes in with a new crop, then there is a future in that particular crop.
Simon has been engaged in ongoing on-the-job learning as he navigates the complexities of avocado farming. While avocado theft remains a problem, brokers offering him low, throwaway prices are an even greater concern. Additionally, Simon states that the government no longer sends agricultural officers who are vital for disseminating technical expertise to his farm. He has, however, seized the opportunity to collaborate with Kakuzi, which has provided solutions to his problems.
So we have to rely, for example, with companies like Kakuzi, find out from the agricultural officers who normally pay visits to us. To get to the right market, to get the best buyers, it's not very easy because of, as I said earlier, the quality, the quantity, because we are small-scale farmers. But with time, we have been able to identify some of the markets. For example, Kakuzi is one of them.
We work with small-scale farmers through the Department of Extension. We provide extension services to the farmers. So in terms of assisting the farmers to attain the market requirements, we do a lot of capacity building in terms of training the farmers of what the market requires, how to farm and produce a good quality avocado. The other bit also is helping the farmers to access the markets. So when we buy their produce, we're able to sell the produce on behalf of the farmers and therefore give them the returns, an activity which individually the farmers might not be able to do. Then as Kakuzi, we also have free testing, free maturity testing, so that the farmers can be able to harvest their avocados when they are mature. So, you know, when we provide the free maturity testing, we can be able to inform the farmer when they can be able to harvest the avocados and they will be ready and mature for the market.
Kakuzi also helps small-scale farmers acquire certifications that grant them access to profitable international markets, better farming prices, and higher earnings. For most people, making a profit is the main goal for their businesses. But for Simon, it was creating one that benefits his family and others.
By the time I did the first harvest, it didn't pay a lot of profit, but I was happy because of one main thing. I had already established a tree that my family and my friends will eat good fruit from it. That was the main purpose. To me, that was the profit that I made in my first harvest.
Simon Wachira's story illustrates the skilled, determined hands of the smallholder farmer, showing that with dedication and the right support, even the smallest plot of land can generate world-class export value. That's it for this episode of Mint. We hope you're living with fresh ideas about investing, spending, and what it takes to keep going as an entrepreneur, and maybe a new respect for flair too. For more information, visit mint@mula.co.ke or tv47.digital. Stay safe and keep minting. Until next week, I'm Lydia Nyawera.